The controller keeps the brain awake. Before we begin, allow yourself to get comfortable. You do not need to fix anything right now. You do not need to decide anything yet. Just listen. Gaming keeps the brain awake in a very specific way. Not emotionally, not mentally, physically. When your hands are engaged, your brain stays alert. Hands engaged, mind alert. Hands engaged, mind alert. Your nervous system learned this pattern slowly. Every button press sent a signal. Every movement trained readiness. Every moment of control kept the brain prepared for action. This was not relaxation. This was vigilance. Even when the game felt enjoyable, your body stayed on duty. Your muscles remained ready. Your breath stayed shallow. Your attention stayed forward. Hands engaged. Mind alert. Tonight, you are not here to judge that. You are here to undo it. Begin by noticing your hands. You do not need to move them yet. Just notice them. Notice the fingers. Notice the palms. Notice the small tension that remains even when nothing is happening. That tension is learned, and anything learned can be unlearned. Slowly allow your fingers to soften, not forcefully, gently. Let the thumb rest. Let the fingers uncurl slightly. Hands relaxed. Mind follows. Hands relaxed. Mind follows. Gaming trained your hands to grip. Sleep requires them to release. You are not meant to hold on without rest. There is a time to act and a time to release. Tonight is not a time for precision. It is not a time for reaction. It is not a time for control. It is a time to let go. As your hands soften, your brain receives a new message. The message is simple. There is nothing to respond to. There is nothing to win. There is nothing to lose. Hands relaxed. Mind follows. If you notice the urge to move, to fidget, or to clench, do not resist it. Just notice it and let it pass. The urge is only a habit. It is not a command. Gaming taught your body that movement equals meaning, that action equals purpose. Sleep teaches something different. Stillness equals safety. Hands relaxed, mind follows. Now, let your hands grow heavy, not limp, just heavy enough that holding them up would feel unnecessary. If your hands are resting on your body, let them sink. If they are beside you, let them settle deeper into the surface beneath them. Your body understands gravity. It knows how to yield. Your mind follows the body. Gaming kept your nervous system in extended vigilance mode. That means your brain stayed slightly on guard, even after the screen went dark. This is why sleep feels difficult, not because you are broken, but because your system has not been given permission to stop. Tonight, permission is given. You do not need to quit gaming forever in this moment. You only need to stop now. Stopping now is enough. Hands relaxed, mind follows. As your hands rest, your breathing begins to slow. Not because you force it, because the body recognizes safety. Let your breath be natural. If it deepens, allow it. If it stays shallow for a moment, that is fine too. There is no rush. Gaming trained speed. Sleep restores rhythm. You are not meant to hold on without rest. Let that phrase repeat quietly in the background of your mind, not as a thought, as a truth. You are not meant to hold on without rest. Now imagine setting the controller down. You do not need to picture details, just the act. The controller leaves your hands. Your hands remain empty. Empty hands are not a loss. They are a signal. Empty hands tell the brain there is no task, no objective, no threat. Hands empty. Mind quiet. If you feel a slight discomfort as you imagine this, that is normal. That discomfort is the nervous system recalibrating. It means the process is working. Do nothing about it. Let it pass. Hands relaxed. Mind follows. Your hands no longer need to respond to images. They no longer need to react to sound. They no longer need to perform. They are allowed to rest. You are not meant to hold on without rest. Let that phrase slow your thoughts. Let it loosen the space behind your eyes. Let it soften the muscles in your jaw. If your thoughts wander back to games, scores, or unfinished sessions, do not push them away. Simply remind yourself, not now, not tonight. There will be time for activity later. There is time for rest now. Hands relaxed. Mind follows. Your body is beginning to remember something old, something simple, something natural. How to power down. You do not need to sleep yet. You only need to stop engaging. Stopping is the first step. As your hands rest quietly, your brain shifts gears. Alertness gives way to calm. Vigilance gives way to trust. You were not meant to hold on without rest. Let that be the final thought your hands send to your brain tonight. Hands relaxed. mind following, and rest beginning. The alert brain cannot sleep. You do not struggle with sleep because you are broken. You struggle because your brain has been left switched on. An alert brain does not sleep. It waits. It watches. It listens. Sleep only comes when the brain believes the environment is safe enough to power down. Tonight, you are teaching it that safety again. Imagine a room filled with bright light, every corner illuminated, every surface visible. That room does not rest. It remains active. Now imagine the lights slowly dimming, one by one, until only a soft glow remains. Nothing bad happens when the lights go off. The room does not disappear. It simply rests. Your brain works the same way. Gaming, screens, stimulation. They are bright lights to the nervous system. They tell the brain to stay alert. Lights on means stay ready. Lights off means stand down. An alert brain cannot sleep. Now imagine an engine running, not racing, just idling. Even when it is still, it is burning fuel, producing heat, staying active. Sleep requires something different: cooling, silence, stillness. Engines must cool before they shut down. Your brain is no different. Every sound, every movement, every notification, they keep the engine warm. Every time you stop stimulation, your brain learns safety. Let that sentence settle in. Every time you stop stimulation, your brain learns safety. You are not depriving yourself. You are retraining your nervous system. Safety is learned through repetition. Now notice your surroundings. You do not need to change anything yet. Just notice. Is there light where darkness could be? Sound where silence could be? Movement where stillness could be? Later, you will adjust these things. For now, awareness is enough. An alert brain scans. A resting brain releases. Every time you stop stimulation, your brain learns safety. Tonight, stopping is your practice. If you feel the urge to check something, reach for something, or engage with something, do not act on it. Just notice the urge. Urges are signals, not commands. Let them pass like heat leaving an engine. Now, we begin slowing down together, not all at once, in stages, like turning lights off one by one. Begin by letting your eyes rest behind your eyelids. You do not need to force them closed. Just let them be heavy. The brain notices this. Every time you stop stimulation, your brain learns safety. Now, let your jaw loosen. Teeth no longer touching. Tongue resting. Another light goes off. Another system powers down. Your breathing does not need instruction, but if it naturally slows, allow it. This is the engine cooling. An alert brain cannot sleep, but a quiet brain begins to drift. Now we introduce stillness as control. Not control through effort, control through restraint. We begin a gentle countdown. There is nothing you need to do with it. Just listen. With each number, allow something to soften. 10. Your shoulders release. You do not need to carry anything right now. 9. The muscles in your arms loosen. No action required. 8. Your breathing becomes slower without effort. 7. The face smooths. The brow relaxes. 6. The mind stops scanning. Nothing needs your attention. 5. You are halfway down now. Stillness feels familiar. Every time you stop stimulation, your brain learns safety. 4. The body feels heavier, supported. 3. Thoughts slow. Gaps appear between them. 2. Alertness fades into awareness. Calm awareness. 1. Stillness. There is no danger in stillness. Only rest. If your mind tries to turn back on, do not resist it. Simply return to the imagery. Lights off. Engine cooling. This is what sleep preparation feels like. This is what safety feels like. Gaming trained your brain to associate stimulation with comfort. Sleep retrains it to associate stillness with peace. You do this by stopping, not by forcing sleep. Stopping is the skill. Each night, you stop stimulation earlier. Your brain learns faster. Each night, you reduce light, sound, and movement. Your brain trusts more. This is not instant, but it is reliable. Every time you stop stimulation, your brain learns safety. Let that sentence repeat quietly in the background of your mind. There is nothing else to solve tonight. Nothing else to plan. You are teaching your brain a simple lesson. Lights off is safe. Engines cooling is safe. Stillness is safe. And when the brain believes it is safe, sleep arrives on its own. You do not chase sleep. You create the conditions. And now, those conditions are forming. Remain here, quiet, still, alert brain steps back. The resting brain takes over, and the night continues gently from here. You are not failing at rest. You are responding to training. The brain learns through repetition, and gaming taught your brain something very specific. Quick reward trains fast craving. Fast craving breaks deep rest. Let that phrase settle gently. Quick reward trains fast craving. Fast craving breaks deep rest. This is not a flaw in you. It is a pattern in the brain. Every sudden reward, every flash, every achievement sound, they release a burst of energy meant for short effort, not long peace. Dopamine is not pleasure. It is pursuit. It pushes the brain forward, toward more, toward again. That is why rest feels difficult afterward. The brain is still leaning forward. Quick reward trains fast craving. Fast craving breaks deep rest. Tonight, you are not trying to remove dopamine. You are letting it settle, like dust in the air. When movement stops, the air clears. Now notice any urge that might be present. The urge to check. The urge to ploy. The urge to stimulate the mind. Do not label it good or bad. Just notice it. That urge is not you. It is activity in the brain. You are not the urge. You are the observer of the urge. Say that silently, if it helps. You are not the urge. You are the observer of the urge. An urge is just noise, electrical signals, chemical motion. It rises, it peaks, it falls. It does not require action. Gaming taught the brain that urges must be answered quickly. Sleep teaches the opposite. Urges fade when ignored. Quick reward trains fast craving. Oh, fast craving breaks deep rest. Now imagine the urge as a sound in the distance. Not loud, not close. Like a radio playing in another room. You can hear it, but you do not need to respond. The volume slowly lowers on its own. You are not the urge. You are the observer of the urge. As you observe, your body stays still. Stillness weakens the signal. This is how retraining happens. Each time you do not respond, the brain learns something new. It learns that nothing bad happens. It learns that safety remains. It learns that rest is allowed. This is transformation. Not through force, through patience. Now bring attention to your breath. not to control it, just to notice. Breathing continues whether you think about it or not. Urges are the same. They pass whether you act or not. Quick reward trains fast craving. Fast craving breaks deep rest, but slow repetition restores calm. If the mind offers an image of gaming, a memory, or a desire, let it float by. Like a leaf on water, do not follow it downstream. Stay where you are. You are not the urge. You are the observer of the urge. This distance is important. Distance weakens compulsion. Now consider this gently. The brain cannot crave and rest at the same time. Craving leans forward. Rest leans back. Tonight, you lean back. There is nothing ahead of you that needs reaching. No reward to chase. No level to unlock. No response required. Quick reward trains fast craving. Fast craving breaks deep rest. So tonight, you choose slow. Slow breathing. Slow thoughts. Slow letting go. This is not boredom. This is recovery. If discomfort appears, welcome it calmly. Discomfort is the nervous system recalibrating. Do nothing about it. It will fade. Each time you stay still, dopamine settles. Each time dopamine settles, sleep comes closer. This is the biological truth. You are not giving something up. You are allowing something deeper. You are not the urge. You are the observer of the urge. Let that phrase repeat quietly. Now imagine the brain as water after a storm. At first, waves remain. Movement continues, but without wind, the surface smooths. You have removed the wind tonight. No stimulation, no reaction. Stillness does the rest. Quick reward trains fast craving. Fast craving breaks deep rest. Slow stillness trains calm safety. Calm safety restores sleep. Your only task is non-action, not pushing thoughts away, not forcing sleep, simply not engaging. If you notice yourself engaging again, gently return to observation. That is success. Each return builds the skill. Each moment of observation loosens the habit. You are retraining a system that learned quickly. It will relearn quickly too. Now let the urge fade into the background. Not gone, just quieter. Like a sound drifting farther away. Your awareness stays here, with your breath, with your body, You are not the urge. You are the observer of the urge. And as observation continues, the need to observe fades too. Thoughts slow. Space opens. The brain shifts from seeking to settling. This is where sleep begins. Nothing more is required. Remain still. Remain observant. And allow the trap to loosen its hold. Quick reward trained fast craving. Tonight, stillness retrains rest, and your body remembers how to sleep. Nighttime was never designed for victory. It was designed for return. Return to quiet. Return to stillness. Return to the body. Winning belongs to the day. Effort belongs to daylight. Night belongs to restoration. When the brain tries to win at night, sleep disappears. Gaming teaches the opposite rhythm. It teaches pursuit after dark, progress after sunset, victory when the body is asking to slow. But biology does not negotiate. Nighttime is a boundary, not a challenge, not a test. A boundary. When the sun goes down, your nervous system expects release. Lower light, lower sound, lower demand. When that boundary is crossed, the brain stays alert. It waits. It prepares. It refuses to sleep. Nighttime is not for winning. Let that phrase settle gently. Nighttime is not for winning. You may notice resistance to that idea. That is normal. Gaming trained you to believe that stopping means losing, that quitting early means missing something. But night is not a competition. There is nothing to gain here by pushing. There is only something to restore. Winning sleep beats winning games. Say that quietly in your mind. Winning sleep beats winning games. This is not a judgment. It is a choice. And tonight, the choice is simple. You are someone who powers down at night. You do not power down because you are weak. You power down because you understand timing. Strong systems rest on schedule. Notice your body now. Notice how it feels as this idea lands. There may be a soft relief or a slight discomfort. Both are signs of change. Nighttime is not for winning. Your body already knows this. It has known it since childhood, yawning, heavy eyes, slower movement. These are not flaws. They are signals. Gaming taught you to override them. Sleep teaches you to listen. You are someone who powers down at night. This is an identity shift, not something you do once, something you become. When night arrives, you stop chasing outcomes. You stop keeping score. You stop proving anything. There is nothing left to earn. Winning sleep beats winning games. Notice how different that feels in your body. Winning games tightens the system. Winning sleep softens it. One demands effort. The other allows release. Nighttime is a biological boundary. When you respect it, sleep arrives naturally. When you cross it, the brain resists. This is not punishment. It is protection. Your brain is trying to keep you alert in the wrong environment. Tonight, you correct the environment. You do this by stopping. Not stopping everything forever. Stopping now. Stopping stimulation. Stopping competition. Stopping the need to finish. Nothing important is lost by resting. Repeat this gently. Nothing important is lost by resting. If the mind argues, let it speak without engagement. Arguments fade when ignored. You are someone who powers down at night. That means when night comes, you choose fewer inputs. Less light, less sound, less motion. You do not need perfect conditions, just fewer demands. If gaming thoughts arise, acknowledge them calmly. Not now, not tonight. There will be daylight for effort. There will be time for play. Nighttime is not for winning. Now imagine tomorrow morning. Not vividly, just lightly. Imagine waking with a clearer head, a steadier body, a quieter mind. That clarity comes from honoring the boundary. Winning sleep beats winning games. Every night you respect this boundary, your brain relearns rhythm. Every night you stop earlier, sleep comes easier. This is training in reverse. You trained the brain to push. Now you train it to release. You are someone who powers down at night. Say it again internally. You are someone who powers down at night. Let the words sink beneath thought. Let them become instruction. Now allow your body to demonstrate this identity. Let the shoulders drop slightly. Let the jaw loosen. Let the breath slow without force. This is what powering down feels like. No striving, no finishing, no winning. Just settling. Nighttime is not for winning. It is for laying things down. If guilt appears, let it pass. There is no failure here. Rest is not quitting. Rest is timing. Winning sleep beats winning games. This is not the end of discipline. It is the foundation of it. A rested brain makes better choices. A rested body carries less craving. Tonight, you chose rest, and that choice continues now, quietly. You do not need to think about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Your only role tonight is to remain still, to allow the system to power down. You are someone who powers down at night. Nothing else is required. The boundary has been crossed in the right direction, and sleep begins to take over naturally from here. What you feel when you stop gaming is not need. It is adjustment. The body is changing gears. The brain is recalibrating. And recalibration often feels like restlessness. This does not mean something is missing. It means something is settling. Restlessness is temporary. Calm is permanent. Let that phrase repeat gently. Restlessness is temporary. Calm is permanent. Withdrawal has a dramatic name, but a simple experience. It is the nervous system asking, where did the stimulation go? It is not asking because it needs it. It is asking because it expects it. Expectations fade when they are not answered. Tonight, you are not here to fix restlessness. You are here to allow it. Restlessness is not danger. It is motion without direction. You do not need to give it direction. Just let it exist. Nothing bad happens when you stop. Say that slowly in your mind. Nothing bad happens when you stop. If your body feels slightly uncomfortable, fidgety, or alert, that is normal. That feeling is not a signal to act. It is a signal to wait. Waiting is the skill. Gaming trained immediate response. Sleep trains delayed response. This is where transformation happens. Now notice where restlessness shows up in your body. You do not need to search for it. Just notice where your attention naturally goes. Maybe it is in the chest, maybe the legs, maybe the hands or jaw. Wherever it is, allow it space. Do not tighten around it. Do not distract from it. Let boredom be present. Boredom is not emptiness. It is silence returning. You are allowed to feel bored without reacting. That sentence matters. You are allowed to feel bored without reacting. Boredom used to feel uncomfortable because stimulation was always available. But boredom is simply the nervous system without input. This is how rest begins. Nothing bad happens when you stop. Restlessness is temporary. Calm is permanent. Your brain is learning something new tonight. It is learning that stimulation is optional, that safety remains even when nothing is happening. That lesson only comes through experience. Each minute you do not react, the lesson deepens. If thoughts appear saying, "I should do something," or "this isn't working," let those thoughts pass. They are echoes of habit, not truth. Nothing bad happens when you stop. Now bring attention to your breath again, not to control it, just to anchor. Breath continues on its own. So does healing. Restlessness may rise. It may fall. You do not need to track it. Just stay. This is the moment where many people turn back. But you are not turning back. You are staying. Restlessness is temporary. Calm is permanent. If boredom feels uncomfortable, welcome it softly. Boredom is not a problem to solve. It is a doorway. On the other side of boredom is deep rest. Gaming filled every gap. Sleep lives in the gaps. Allow the gap. Nothing bad happens when you stop. Now imagine the restlessness like static noise. Not loud, just present. When you stop feeding it attention, the volume lowers. Static does not need fixing. It fades on its own. You are not the restlessness. You are the space around it. As you remain still, the nervous system learns a powerful truth. It learns that nothing collapses without stimulation. It learns that calm does not require effort. It learns that rest arrives when action stops. This is the retraining phase. This is where habits lose strength. Restlessness is temporary. Calm is permanent. If you feel the urge to move, shift slightly if needed, but do it slowly, without urgency. Slow movement tells the brain there is no threat. Then return to stillness. Nothing bad happens when you stop. You may notice moments where restlessness disappears completely, then returns again. That is normal. Each return is weaker than the last. The brain is testing. Do I still need this? And each time you do not respond, the answer becomes clearer. No, you do not need it. Now let your body sink a little deeper into whatever is supporting you, not dramatically, just enough to signal trust. Let gravity do the work. Your job is non-action. Restlessness is temporary. Calm is permanent. This calm is not forced. It grows naturally when nothing interrupts it. Nothing bad happens when you stop. Let that be the final reassurance your brain hears tonight. Stopping does not harm you. Stopping heals you. And as restlessness fades into the background, sleep moves closer. Not rushed, not forced, just arriving. Remain here, still, safe, and allow calm to replace motion, one quiet moment at a time. You do not need to learn how to sleep. You need to remember. Your body already knows how to shut down. It has done it thousands of times before, long before habits form, long before stimulation filled every quiet moment. Your body remembers rest. Let that phrase settle gently. Your body remembers rest. Sleep is not a skill you perform. It is a state you allow. And tonight, you are allowing. You do not have to force sleep. Say that softly inside. You do not have to force sleep. Begin by bringing attention to your breath, not changing it, just listening to it. In and out. Let the pace of these words guide you without effort. In and out. Breath is the first signal of safety. When breathing slows, the body follows. Your body remembers rest. Now bring attention to the top of your head. You do not need to imagine anything. Just notice. Notice the scalp, the forehead, the space behind the eyes. Let the forehead smooth. Let the eyes rest back in their sockets. You do not have to force sleep. Move your attention gently down to the jaw, the tongue, the muscles around the mouth. Let the jaw hang slightly. Let the tongue rest. Nothing needs to be said. Nothing needs to be done. Your body remembers rest. Now the neck, often holding more than it needs to. Allow the neck to soften, as if it is being gently supported. The shoulders follow next. Notice their weight. Let them drop just a little. Not suddenly, naturally. In and out. Breathing stays slow. Words stay slow. He gives his beloved sleep. That includes you. Not because you earned it, but because you are loved. Jesus loves you. You do not have to force sleep. Now bring attention to the arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms. Let them feel heavy, as if they are sinking into the surface beneath them. Hands soften, fingers uncurl. Your body remembers rest. If your mind drifts, that is okay. Drifting is part of shutting down. Bring attention now to the chest. Notice the rise and fall. No need to control it. Breathing happens on its own. In and out. With each breath out, imagine the body trusting a little more. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest." You are allowed to rest. You do not have to force sleep. Now the stomach, the lower back, the hips. These areas often hold tension quietly. Let them soften now. Let the weight of your body be fully supported. You are held. Your body remembers rest. Move awareness down through the thighs, the knees, the calves. Allow the legs to become heavy, warm, still. Feet relax, toes loosen. Nothing is required of you anymore. In and out. Notice how the body responds when nothing is demanded. It settles. It slows. This is not something you make happen. It happens when you stop interfering. You do not have to force sleep. Trust is the doorway. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not emptiness. It is safety. And you are safe. Jesus loves you exactly as you are in this moment. Not more awake, not more disciplined, just as you are. Your body remembers rest. If thoughts appear, do not engage them. Let them float by like clouds. You are not your thoughts. You are the space they move through. Breathing stays slow. Words stay gentle. In and out. Now imagine your body sinking slightly deeper with each breath. Not dramatically, just enough to feel supported. Gravity is doing the work for you. You do not have to force sleep. Your nervous system is listening to every cue you give it. Slow breath, soft muscles, stillness. These cues say one thing: safe. Every part of your body understands this language. Your body remembers rest. If you feel moments where awareness fades, that is good. That is the transition. You do not need to hold on to these words. Let them drift away when they are no longer needed. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. Right now, you lack nothing. Nothing to do. Nothing to prove. Nothing to fix. Jesus loves you, and love does not rush. breathing continues. Muscles soften further. Sleep is not something that arrives suddenly. It seeps in quietly when the body feels trusted. And trust is growing now. You do not have to force sleep. Your body remembers rest. Let that be the final message that moves through you tonight. Not effort, not control, just remembering. Remain here, breathing, soft, supported, and allow sleep to take over gently in its own time.